What's up, New York sports fans? Back at it again with another video. I'm here to talk to you guys about my thoughts about the NFL draft and the moves that the Giants made. Let's dive right into it. After the quarterbacks go, what's the next step? Who's going to take what? What's Miami going to do? What are these teams going to do? And I'm not going to lie to you, as the board kept going, all I prayed for all night was Devonta still staying on the board. When Jalen Waddle went out, when Jamar Chase went out, I was very anxious knowing that the next wide receiver to go would definitely be Devonta Smith. And I'm going to be honest, like, once I saw the pick before the Cowboys pick be decided, I was like, what's the chance Dallas does this? We haven't really seen Dallas trade with anyone else that's going to take a receiver. They really need this defensive player, and we're gonna stick right here. And then, heart-shattering news: the Eagles of all teams make a trade with a divisional rival in the Cowboys and move up to that 10th spot to pick above the Giants, and obviously go with the clear-cut pick at that spot. Like I said earlier in my video, if Devonta Smith, if Jalen Waddle, if those players are available to you at the 11th pick, at the 10th pick, you're going to take it, because if you need a receiver, why would you not take a talent like that? I really wanted to see him in a Giants uniform, and I specifically mentioned how I didn't want to see him in an Eagles uniform, so I was really upset about it at first. I'm not gonna like, fall flat on anything, cursing out Eagles fans and everything, but it ended up working out in our favor. I want to give a moment to shout out the Eagles. I never thought I'd say this, but celebrate your draft day win right now with Devonta Smith, because you guys aren't getting too many wins through the season. You guys helped us out at the end of the day. Everything ended up working out for the NFC East, and that storyline was so cool. Like, the Cowboys did everything. They did not want Devonta going to the Giants and solidifying their receiver core, and causing more problems for the Cowboys and the rest of the division. They'd rather go to the Eagles, who they know, I'm not saying they're gonna be scum and trash, but out of the NFC East teams, they're the most likely to be at the bottom. They were like, yeah, sure, let Devonta go there. Well, what's the worst that could happen? And they didn't know that would force Gettlemen to have his back against the wall. And like we've seen the last few years, when Gettlemen has his back against the wall, he doesn't do shit. He kind of sucks. But then he ended up making one of the most high IQ, high cerebral moves I've seen from the Giants in so long. In his first trade back of his whole GM career, David Gettlemen nets us a first-round pick, Chicago's first-round pick, and a fourth and fifth. A fourth is from next year, and the fifth is from this year. And we trade back to 20, and I was really impressed by that move. It definitely took the sour taste out of my mouth, and missing out on Devonta sucks. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like the Giants were desperate for the next wide receiver. It's not like they needed a wide receiver. We got our wide receiver one in Kenny Golladay, and Slayton and Shepard have shown enough talent where we're pretty solid in our receiver core. Picked up Ross from the Bengals and whatnot, but obviously, if you have a player like Devonta available, you take him. But love what I saw from the Giants. Devonta wasn't available, so what do? We moved on. Instead of letting that ruin the rest of the night, we pick back up. Screw looking at other people's plates and whatnot, what they got, what the Eagles got. That's a loser mentality. Instead, you do the best decision for you. And obviously, if Devonta was available, that'd be the best decision for us. I would have loved it. But if you're asking me, what would I rather have, Devonta or another pretty good receiver? We ended up netting Chicago's first-round pick next year, which could end up being wonderful if Andy Dalton, Justin Fields, and the rest of the team doesn't really show up. And even if it ends up being a top 20 pick, if we get 2 top 20 picks next year, I'm gonna be pretty happy. I'd be pretty satisfied with that. It just gives the Giants a lot of leeway and a lot of leverage in terms of, maybe they want to trade up for someone in the quarterback position next year. Maybe they want to keep building this team, this roster out. I love what the Giants did. I thought it was a great decision, and I just love that Giants fans didn't end up leaving the night unsatisfied and really frustrated because the Eagles did something to them. Because I'm gonna have to give the Eagles some props. That was a great move to me. You jump over one of the divisional rivals. You don't, like I said earlier, you don't want to play Devonta Smith. You don't want to deal with that. I love the pick with Toney. More research I did, I just love this kid. I love his attitude. I love how much fun he has. Like, he seems like he's having fun out there. I know a lot of people want to refer to the fact that he had some problems early in his career, but I'm glad he got that out of his system. Obviously, if Joe Judge agreed to this guy, you know, Joe Judge has already proven he's a no-nonsense type of coach in terms of what happened with Mark Lumbo, what happened with Golden Tate this season. We've already seen what Joe Judge is about. He means business. So I'm not worried at all about how Toney's going to work out. He's a really great playmaker that the Giants needed. Kenny Golladay is that guy who can jump up and grab the ball, get a contested catch. Slayton, Shepard, Tate, these guys are good at running routes. We've seen it last year, but like, we just don't have someone who can make something happen with the ball after they catch it. Just a lot of running. So with Toney, we get a player who can actually get some jukes going, get some plays going, and wow, what a versatile guy. Got to see a lot of his footage and a lot of his plays, and you could use him as a running back, you could use him as a return, you could use him as in so many different ways. And you know, the way I could see this being really successful is basically based on our coaching staff and how Jason Garrett handles the offense. I don't know if you guys got to see my post that I shared of Good Morning Football and Nate Burleson and what he said about Toney a few weeks back and how he really felt about what he's like in comparison to the rest of the receivers. He ranked him right at 4, so right where we took him, the 4th receiver. So a lot of people saying that we reached for him. I believe he could be a top 4 receiver after Devontae, so we got what we needed. In terms of just what kind of fit he is with our roster, he specifically, thinking that he was going to go to the 20th pick, the Chicago pick, he specifically mentioned that he would be great besides a 6'4", 6'5" behemoth like Kenny Golladay that can catch those contested balls, get crazy balls. But you know, Toney's the guy who's going to run these quick routes, you know, get some more yards after the play and just be really elusive and really like hard to catch. My favorite part about the supplemental pieces between Kenny Golladay and Toney is just that, you know, we have 2 different players who can get you yards after the catch in 2 different ways, where you're going to see a lot of Kenny Golladay just bulldozing through people, breaking tackles, and, you know, getting more yards after. But then you're going to see, on the other hand, Toney getting more yards by getting people to drop, not letting them touch him, and just slipping and sliding through defenses. And I'm so excited to see what these receivers could do. I think Daniel Jones has no excuse for this year, and really excited to see what this offense brings us. I just love that Gettlemen took advantage of something. I really don't like Gettlemen. Seeing him make this competent move was so surprising. Definitely have to attribute it to Joe Judge being in the building. The Patriots type of mantra where peel back, move back in the draft, and net some really good value out of it. Love that for the Giants. Altogether, this NFL draft was so much fun for me. Yes, I paid attention to NFL drafts before with Saquon and Daniel Jones and what was going on, just picking attention to the Giants pick, but it was definitely so much more interesting with what happened in terms of football for me last year, watching every game, paying attention to division rivals, paying attention to other teams and standings and whatnot. So it was so much fun to immerse myself in terms of thinking what other teams are going to do and how it's going to affect us. And you know, it's so cool to see football. The positional player that you take is so important. Who your divisional rivals pick is so important. Not trading with them. Like, there's so many interesting things in football, and it makes it so spicy. I love it. Only fun for me because David Gettleman ended up taking care of business and netting us those picks. Oh man, if he didn't, it would have been a long night for me, man. Eagles fans were loud last night, and I get it. Like, they don't have much to look forward to this season, and I'm really not trying to knock on them. Like, you know, realistically, you have a new offense going on. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. I really wanted to get this video out quick because I wanted you guys to hear my thoughts, and I wanted Giants fans to get excited. I want you guys to be hyped up about what we have going on. It was never going to be easy. It's a slow and steady process, but I like the pieces that we have. Let's get excited, New York. If you guys like my content, if you guys want to hear more about New York sports in general, make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are liking and commenting as well if you guys want to hear me specifically talk about anything, or if you guys just, you know, disagree or agree with me. Love to get feedback. Love to hear what you guys think. Anyway, guys, I will see you soon. Peace.